Hello, everybody. It is still Monday, the 15th of August. I want to talk my second part, showing you what is being done and how you are reacting, waking up to the knowledge of yourself. And I want to talk about how we're being led to conclusions by the way of giving. Yeah, not being restricted, but by the way of giving. And at the moment they're working both, obviously giving and restriction, and we must see what they are doing and how we are reacting to it. But I want to concentrate on giving in this one. I talked about restriction in the last one if you haven't seen it. Now, first of all, people say, well, we must see what they're doing. We must give the knowledge of what they're doing to everybody else. And you're looking at the medication, and you're looking at the wars, and you're looking at the rumors of wars, and you're looking at the storm. What they're doing there is to drive you into fear, and that is quite simply drive you into fear, into despair, into hopelessness, into a point where you have an extremely low IQ and where you're no longer able to think. And we must rise above the storm. What we need is more than anything else is need clear heads. That Magritte painting just came into my head. You know, that rock floating about the cloud. Anyway, so that's what we need. We need clear heads, and for that we need to get out of the storm. I know it is horrible, yeah? And I mean, yes, we must warn the others, but not to the point of driving them into complete fear, because then you're doing the dirty works for them. So we must rise above. And the thing is, we are as children. We are really still children, and they are the adults. They're looking on us as children with an understanding of ourselves, of us, which is the understanding we need to have to be on the same level. And if you are an adult who's got a child, and you know that child very well, you see that child looking at something, and you think, yeah, I can hear you thinking, that ain't gonna happen. Yeah? And sometimes children get the idea that adults have kind of magic powers. We certainly thought that about our mother, because every time we did something wrong, she always knew, and we never figured out how. We were so quiet. How could she have known? Again, there is an adult knowing the child better than the child knows itself. Because obviously she knew when we go really quiet, we're up to no good. But that is exactly what they're doing. They can hear us thinking. Actually, with the internet now, it's gotten an awful lot easier. They don't have to listen that hard to our thoughts. We're blurting it out all over the place. And I think at the moment, because I was thinking about Cliff High and his webbot that he had, where you can, by picking up on words, you can see trends. That's what they're doing. To see where the herd is going. Hearing it before we do. And really, as I said, working then into either you say, well, that ain't going to happen by putting it as restriction, or giving you what you want and really leading you around in a circle until you see the error of your ways. And that's what I'm trying to show you here, what they're doing. Right, so if we, as a consciousness, and I said there's all these words coming up that we're trying to give meaning to, that we are trying to give meaning to. Thing is, they are hearing the words before we do, and they give us a meaning. Work with that meaning, and then see the error of your ways. So, the desire to be connected, yeah? And we think that's a recent thing. I would say they picked up on that long before we did. That is what created the internet. That has created the iPhone. They needed to give us something that was not us, through which we could work our desire of connectivity. That is what these things are for. They're images to our desire that are not us. Because in order to work it, we obviously need to work it as us. But they're giving us something outside of ourselves. So we have now we're getting all connected, we're speaking to everybody. And of course it doesn't work. Because in the end we switch off our computer, we switch off our iPhone, and we're alone. Yeah, we're not connected to anything. We're just sitting here. And again, at the moment, that realization is coming up. Yeah? But the realization that is coming up is we are not connected. Yeah? We are now accepting as our truth that we're not connected. And that is not our truth. We are connected. Through ourselves, we are connected to others. That is our truth, and we are connected. It is just through the electronics we are not connected. So we have now we've been given to our desire, we've been led in that circle, we have now seen the error of our ways, we know we are not connected. Of course, we were looking at the completely wrong thing through which we should connect. But we're not seeing that. And we're now accepting the fact that we're alone. We're just not connected, and that's not true. We must see that we are connected. Not through electronics, but we are the machine that is working the connections. So there's one way. We've been led around in a circle. Started with our desire, and we've been shown the error of our ways. Another thing, diversity. Again, there was something they picked up on, and of course, shouldn't be done. We cannot come together worldwide. We can't. Because they want to rule over the world, therefore we can't have a web to prevent them. So again, we're being shown the error of our ways. Here comes George Soros. Yeah, you want diversity? I give you diversity. I shove other cultures right amongst you. Yeah? In droves, by the thousands. And you will see the error of your ways, that diversity is not a good thing. Because obviously it causes all matter of problems. Of course it does. Again, you've been given to your desire in a way that desire shouldn't have been worked. It is a long process of getting to know each other, yeah, of coming together, of the knowledge of each other. It's not shove them together and let them get on with it. Again, our desire has been given an image that's been worked the wrong way to lead us again around in a circle. Your desire was all wrong. Diversity doesn't work. It's been worked in the wrong way to lead you to a conclusion. And you've been given. Yep, that's what you wanted. Here, George Soros gave to you. Big style. What was the third one? It's gone out of my head now. No, it's gone out of my head now. But I mean, there you can... Oh yeah, of course. I want riches. Yeah? And again, we had a while there where we've been, again, given to our desire. Man, we had money. And we bought this, that, and the other. Most of us are sitting in cluttered houses up to the rafters. And we've now come to the conclusion, no, that desire was all wrong. Yeah? That desire was completely wrong. We see it's not working, it's not giving us happiness. A lot of us waking up to that. And again, here comes Klaus Schwab, but I think his timing stinks. Yeah? The sheep were not ready, he came in too early. But he's trying to, again, out of that realization trying to sheep herd you all the way to the other end of the field, saying, if you have nothing, you're going to be really happy. You know, it is where he's trying to get you, but as I said, I think his timing stinks. Although the sheep are ready to accept that riches are not the way to happiness, they're not quite there yet that they will go with nothing. You know? And you shouldn't. Obviously not, you need something. Again, middle, something. Not all, not nothing, something. How much do you need? Yeah? There is the truth. So again, there you've been led by being given. And that's the last thing I want to say is, you know, we want to connect. We want diversity. We want riches. And don't go by the images to those desires that they have given you, but see the truth inside yourself. Yeah? We want to connect through this machine. We want diversity. Yes, we want to expand, we want new knowledge through the knowledge of each other. You know, you don't have to have another culture shoved onto you to have diversity. There's a lot of diversity. I mean, in my family alone, there is a riches of diversity, you know, between all my children. Everybody is going different ways. So, I mean, you want the diversity, you've already got it most likely. You know, and then learn to work with that. You want riches. What is true riches? True riches is emotional. It is energy, good energy from each other. There are your true riches. There is where you're rich in positive energy. That is your true riches. And again, you only will receive that through this machine. It will not come from the outside. So there you see where your desire has been given to. They saw you coming. Like an adult seeing a child, they could hear you thinking. And they used your thinking by leading you onto the wrong way so that you would, in the end, sit there and say, well, I knew nothing. It was all wrong from the start. And it wasn't. You were just working it the wrong way. There's a knowledge of ourselves, working ourselves the correct way, putting the correct definition to the words that come up as a desire, putting the correct definition onto connectivity, diversity, and riches. The true meaning of those words from within ourselves, not outside of ourselves. Anyway, I leave it at that, and I talk to you again soon. Bye.